Today I'm watching the Twilight Zone, Season 3, Episode 13. The previous episode was about Alan and his company who were building in Africa, and this shaman placed a curse on them. We heard these, sounds as he was trying to get home, and this lion attacked him. So that was our second magic-themed episode in a row. They've taken away the previews again. I don't know why those just randomly at the end of the previous episode, but I have no idea what this episode is about, so very curious to see where we're gonna go. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for movies or TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to see exclusive content from this episode, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Okay, I'm very curious indeed. Are we starting off with a movie? Yes! These text screens because there's no sound. 1890. Woodrow Mulligan, okay. Okay. 85 million. Interesting. I'm curious if the whole episode's gonna be like this, or if it's gonna tie into something later. I'm glad they explained what sounds a pig makes. Yeah, thank God. If only. Oh God, these old-timey prices make my heart hurt. Steak is 17 cents, but ladies' hats are $2. Oh my. Is he supposed to be like a Buster Keaton type character? That's what he almost looks like him. Watch out for that horse! Oh my gosh. Censored? Oh, okay. Did they kill him? What? Oh! Taken over by a... Also censored. Oh, that's so fun.
Said fire burning brightly at all times in the Twilight Zone.
So funny as the giant bicycle knocks him over. Yeah. He's shaking out his shoes because he was still wet. Okay, I'm guessing the whole episode's gonna be like this. That's fun. Oh, Mulligan. This guy. Why is he working in a basement? This sounds sketchy. Better hope your boss doesn't catch you like that. He's like, problems today. High cost of living. Running over by bicycles. Taking off his pants. What is happening? And I believe they used to have, like, the orchestra play live in front of the theater. Tweet! Is there a bird in his pocket? Oh, it's harmonica! With the broken music notes, that's fun. Hangs it up. We definitely haven't had a lot of comedic Twilight Zone episodes, so I'm very curious to see where it's gonna go. Tries out the newspaper. Oh gosh. Hot off the press. A time helmet. Oh, okay. We got a sci-fi element. Is he gonna time travel? For 30 minutes, only for 30 minutes. Any year. Very curious indeed. I mean, I wouldn't recommend the future to him if he thinks it's cost of living and it's noisy. Toast this a momentous event. Oh, good luck. We know how time travel frequently backfires, so... It's reminding me a little bit of the episode where the guy turned himself into just more versions of himself. course he's going to the 1960s. Oh, I'm so curious. Like, we've had... Oh! That can't be good. That can't be good. He's got firecrackers on the back. He's not wearing pants. Somebody throws him a chicken. Oh my god. And just like that, he's standing in the middle of the street for peace and quiet. And the flaming helmet and a chicken. Now hats are $45. Yeah. Oh my gosh. 140 or $1.49. Yeah. Yeah, and how it's definitely only gotten louder. Like the increase of technology, cars, obviously everything. Oh no! There goes his hat. Oh. Oh my gosh, just a comedy of errors. Is he waiting for someone to like, oh, this kid's got it now. This little kid's like, come and get me. Oh my god, right past the police officer. It's your only ticket back, man. You need to, oh, and steal a bike, I guess. Okay. Oh no, I'm worried. Oh!
You juvenile delinquent, you!
It's definitely nice to see a little bit more of like a lighthearted episode. We had some pretty intense episodes. Oh, it's broken, of course.
I only got 15 minutes.
Right, you can only go for 30 minutes, and he spent 15 minutes chasing that stupid kid.
Right. See, this is a time helmet. I'm from 1890, and that's where I...
It's so casual.
That watch, those clothes, where did you get them?
They're mine.
And the newspaper will have the date. Yeah.
Benjamin Hedison, and before him,
Grover Cleveland. But what's that guy?
by George!
This guy's nuts.
Thursday, about 2 o'clock.
It's like, I don't even know what this is. Oh god, okay, you're supposed to only be at 15 minutes. You can't go back on...
To 1890.
Oh, well, you're in the wrong block. This is only 1600.
No,
Oh my gosh, not the city block, yeah.
young man. Now, if you just let me those tools, I'm sure I...
Don't touch the tools.
But this is very...
Don't touch.
He's like, a television? What is this? Yeah, he's fascinated. And we've seen that before in time travel episodes. They're always like very overwhelmed, but also so curious as to what this world is like. Of course, he doesn't see it when she's on screen. He thinks he's talking directly to him.
Feller here in the window.
That's TV.
Whose TV?
Yeah. It's like, I have no idea.
Look. All we want is this soldered to that...
Don't touch the tools, will you?
You don't...
Of course, he runs into an electronic scientist. Yeah. Typewriters and yeah.
Allow me to show this to you.
Don't touch the tools.
That's my...
A vacuum cleaner. He's stuck in the tomb, of course. The Aztec tomb.
This thing finished in time. Just sit down quietly, please. Now.
This guy's like, I was having a heck of a day. I don't know. And now he's just gonna leave. Oh, God.
$5, please.
He's like, oh, my money's in my pants, which are in 1890. How inconvenient.
You see, that is a
Look,
transit
Pat,
time,
don't touch my tools if you don't
You
mind.
see, I'm
I'm really enjoying it. It's so funny and ridiculous in so many like good comedic moments. It feels like a sitcom episode, yeah.
Hey, what's the idea of running around the street with no pants on?
takes off. Oh my gosh, just hides behind him and walks past.
Allie.
I like how this guy's just like his instant. Oh my gosh, that's one way to put pants on. They're probably like 6 sizes too big. Cheese and rice. It's like, wait, there was money in those pants? How did I let that happen?
A fascination for me. The very thought of having lived in those halcyon days.
I love that he's also an expert on that time period.
Pay the man, pay the man.
Shifty eyes.
Just the right amount. Thank you.
Takes all of it. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And simple pleasures.
And leaving me here?
Your fate is unimportant, sir. You are a janitor.
Oh my god, this guy sucks.
Stand back in less than 3 minutes. I shall have escaped this age of madness.
I think he sent the dial to 1960. It doesn't look like he sent it back.
Look. I brought a chicken with me all the way from 1890.
The chicken.
Hold it. We can go back together.
You're lying, sir.
I am not.
He's like, hold me, pick me up and carry me, and we'll both go back. Oh no, I'm worried the time's running out. Where did the chicken go? This is the craziest looking helmet I've ever seen. It's like these rockets on the back of it. What happens if he touches a car and takes a car back with him or something? Like... Oh no, buddy. Oh no, time's running out, I think. Ooh, and the puff of smoke. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, they're both... Oh, who did they take with them? There's somebody underneath. Who's this guy? And of course we're back. Oh, the police officer. And of course we're back into the... Kisses him. Oh, it's the other police officer. He's just so happy with himself. No income tax. Amazing, amazing. Is he gonna have a different perspective now? Things aren't so bad anymore. He's like, I've seen the future and I hate it. I'm perfectly fine here. Oh, there's chickens! Oink oink, and his piggies. How can it be so cheap? But of course, he's still complaining. Yeah, of course. Like, you were used to the, you know, advances that they had in 1960. No, of course not. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. It's 1890. Frozen TV dinners and bikinis. Yeah. Oh my gosh. He's going back. He's got to go back. He's unhappy. And just the flash of light and smoke, you know, to signify that he's...
Others to stay in theirs. Via, of course, the Twilight Zone.
So fun. Such a fun episode. So that was my first time watching The Twilight Zone, Season 3, Episode 13. I really love this episode. It didn't even feel like a Twilight Zone episode other than the time travel, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean we've never had anything like this before. Just the comedic aspect. It was so fun, so ridiculous, and, you know, so many comedic moments, and we've definitely had some pretty heavy themed episodes this season, so I think we really needed this. It was a nice break, a nice refresh, and yeah, I was laughing from start to finish. It was so funny, and I love sci-fi, so I love that we had the time travel element, and obviously that helped aid in the comedic moments as well. And I did see in the credits it actually was Buster Keaton I didn't realize he was still acting in the 1960s. I thought his career was done, and I know he was a really, really big star in the silent film era, which obviously plays into what we have in this episode as well, and I haven't seen any of his films. This is the first thing I've seen him in, so I thought it was just an actor who looked like him, to be honest. I didn't realize it was actually him, because again, any photos I've seen of him when he's much younger, and I didn't realize he was still acting, but man, that was incredible just to know that it actually was him, and the performance, of course, was absolutely outstanding, and I shouldn't be surprised that it really was him, because who else could pull this off? It was just incredible, the comedic timing, and even the switch from the silent films to 1960, hear him talking, because I do know a lot of actors and actresses lost their careers because they had a really thick accent, couldn't memorize dialogue, because obviously in the silent films, you just hear them kind of mouthing the lines, or maybe they are saying it out loud, I don't know, but they obviously don't use that audio because they didn't have sound yet. That's why they have the text cards come up, but he sounded perfectly fine. He's able to obviously deliver his lines, and I'm definitely curious to check out more of his work, so let me know in the comments if there's any Buster Keaton movies that I definitely need to watch. I know there's a few that are like the absolute classics, so yeah, I'm very curious to check out more of his films, but I was so happy to see that it actually was him in the credits. When we started off with the silent film look and feel, I thought, oh, we're going to do this for the whole episode because this is where we're going. This is kind of setting up the theme. I didn't know what sci-fi element would be involved, obviously, but to have the time travel helmet I thought was so fun. And we've seen that before, where a character is kind of unhappy in their current surroundings and think, oh, like if I could only get away, things would be so much better. Like the grass is so much greener somewhere else. And like, I don't know why he thought the future would be quieter, but again, you're in 1890, your perception of the future, you would have no idea, you would have no frame of reference because obviously it hasn't happened yet. And then of course the guys in 1960 are like, let's get out of here. I want to go back to, the simple life when it was quiet and there was no income tax and there was peaceful and just, simple living. And of course, the Rollo turns out to hate that in the end because he doesn't have his electric blanket. There's no bikinis. There's no things that he's used to and he enjoys. And same with Mulligan. He finds 1960 incredibly overwhelming. To have him show up in the middle of the street with the no pants holding the chicken was so funny, and just so many ridiculous moments. And whatever happened to the chicken? I mean, I need to know. Does the chicken now have, time traveling abilities? They just left the chicken there. But, just there's so many pieces where it felt ridiculous, but it also felt like it would make sense at the same time, if that makes sense, because we see Mulligan fall into the puddle. Okay, now he's got to dry his clothes. Okay, well, he's got the newspaper. The newspaper proves that he's from this time. And then, of course, to have him running around with no pants on for the whole episode. And that scene where Rollo walks behind him to hide, so you can't see Mulligan walking in front of him, and lifts him up to put his pants on so he can keep walking. Like, just physical comedy like that is so funny and so well done if you can get it right. And it was absolute perfection. And I love that he runs into, of course, an electronic scientist. Why wouldn't you, of all the people to run into, who's also an expert in 1890 of all things. Of course this guy is. And I love that scene we had in the shop with the two of them fighting over which tools to use, and Mulligan wandering around seeing the TV and thinking, again, it's talking directly to him, and, going through the vacuum and the Aztec tomb and like all of these things. And it was just so fun. And again, we've seen that before, where characters come to the future and they're thrown off by what a TV is and what a TV does. But I just loved seeing them explore the world and explore through their minds what the world is like at that time. And again, it gives a reminder of how far things have come, from the past. And of course, we see Mulligan at the end have a new appreciation. He's like, hey, that steak's actually pretty cheap. And, how can they're going out of business if they keep selling it that cheap. And, he's letting people pass on the sidewalk. And, he just has this new appreciation. He seems happy. He's going to his job, and he seems almost a little bit more confident. We don't see him, being run over by the bike, and he's going back to work. He's just living his everyday life. But the 30-minute time limit was interesting because obviously that adds more pressure onto it. It's a 25-minute episode, so I like that they almost had it the exact same time that he was gone for, and comes back, everything's exactly where he left it, and just goes back to work. And of course, Rollo hates everything. and then just sends him right back to 1960 because he knows he's not going to be happy here. And then we don't see it, but I feel like Rollo would have that same appreciation on the other side for 1960 with all like his electric blankets and all these new advancements. And again, he works in electronics and he's like, you don't have half the electronics that I use. It's like, well, nobody's invented them yet. So yeah, it's always that interesting. Again, grass is greener on the other side. If only I could have this, life would be so much better. And it did remind me a little bit of the Willoughby episode where the guy wants to go back in time to go fishing and just, live a very simple life. But that was not the approach we took with this one. And I love that they mixed not only the time travel aspects, but the film, medium aspects as well, going from silent film into a regular episode. We've had 1900s, episodes before, and they didn't have this approach. So I love that we got that piece. Obviously, I'm a film nerd and love movies and film history. So just start off right away. I thought maybe we were going to do, the characters in the episode are in a theater and they're going to pull back and we're going to see them watching a movie or something like that. Still taking place in 1890, but I thought we would have, people in the crowd of a theater and we would go from there. But as it kept going on and on, I was like, maybe we're going to do this for the whole episode. And of course, the text cards, replace the dialogue, which we obviously needed to, understand a little bit of the background story and just like the comedy that they even put into those text cards, which I understand they probably would have done in actual silent films because you need to give tone, you need to give some understanding. You can't just there has to be some way to convey the emotion through the text, even though the actors are obviously, expressive and, still acting, but the broken down music symbols when he's trying to play his harmonica, even though it's been in the water. And I thought that was really clever. And yeah, I really love this episode. So funny, so ridiculous. I love, physical comedy. And I thought the performance obviously was outstanding. I couldn't imagine what it would have been like to be a silent film actor and have to, convey all these things without relying on dialogue and knowing that the dialogue will come after, but you're used to that in the moment reaction. And then even when Mulligan travels to 1960, it still felt like for that first, few seconds where he was kind of waiting for a card to come up. Maybe that was just me, but it felt like he was saying something ridiculous and then kind of standing there like, okay, tell the people what I'm doing. But obviously that doesn't happen. And yeah, it was a very cool transition. And I love that they use film as a medium to kind of show the time travel piece as well. Even when Rollo goes back in time, we don't hear him speak. It's back to the silent film era. I thought they did a good job with the soundscape as Mulligan's complaining about how loud it is in 1890. And of course we know, in the future it only gets louder and the cars whizzing by. And we didn't have a ton of music other than the silent film segments, obviously. But when he's in present day, it's just the everyday sounds you would hear. The TV, the vacuum, the cars and people shouting. Obviously things have gotten 10 times louder, 10 times more expensive. Like he's complaining about the cost of living and that the government had a surplus of like $85 million. He's like, is that all? And we're like, oh, that seems like pretty high. And, he's still just complaining, which again, we've seen before. And, to have that shift in perspective is always interesting. But the soundscape, I thought they did a really good job. It felt, overwhelming. It felt like this is so loud. How do you turn this off? Because if you're not used to it, obviously it would be very loud all at once. And it's always interesting how the things that they complain about in the past are the same things they complain about in the future. Like he thought it was too loud in 1890. Of course, it turns out to be even louder in the future. And, we don't hear Rollo complain that it's too quiet, but obviously he misses, the modern amenities and he misses, those creature comforts that he doesn't have anymore because life was hard in the 1890s and he doesn't, get all these things that he's used to. It's interesting to think the complaint never changes. It's just, their perspective on it and how they view things, which I think ties into Rod Serling, at the end saying stay in your own backyard as well, be grateful, appreciate what you have, stop trying to chase something that's always, constantly, oh, well, if this was different, it would be so much better. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. So fun, so many good comedic moments. I really loved it. I would watch this over and over. Such a good episode. And yeah, again, it didn't really feel like Twilight Zone, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just we haven't seen anything like this before. So fun to explore this genre and to have the silent film aspect as well. I loved. So I need to catch up on some of those classics and so excited that I finally got to see a Buster Keaton performance. It definitely lived up to the hype. He was just amazing. So well done. So let me know in the comments if there's any other Buster Keaton films you think I should watch. And thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and check back often for more awesome content. I'm glad they explained what sounds a pig makes, yeah. Why is he working in a basement? This sounds sketchy. I wouldn't recommend the future to him if he thinks it's cost of living and it's noisy. He's like, oh, my money's in my pants, which are in 1890. How inconvenient. Where did the chicken go? Frozen TV dinners and bikinis. Yeah,